Good morning, good looking people, and you're good looking because you're always looking. And of course, you are finding the good in everything and in everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you started your week with great success and joy. It is the month of Adar. It's all about good energy, happiness, positivity. So make sure you jump into that with the energy of the day. So today we're talking about the ability to learn from somebody, from everybody. Everybody can learn something from everyone. And today the focus on the Hayom is all about the scholar. That a scholar, even with the highest knowledge and all the greatest learning, can still learn something from the simple Jew that has Mesiras Nefesh, the simple faith in God, a simple essence of character, that we can learn something from everybody. And today's Hayom is all about a chassid that went to the Tzemach Tzedek, and the Tzemach Tzedek explained to him that even with the highest level of learning and achieving all, being a master in Talmud and Chassidus, there's still something beautiful that we can take from learning from a very simple Jew and his faith. And that's what the Hayom is talking about. Let's read it inside. I'll give you a couple of notes, and then we'll go to the message of the day. So for the Hayom, for the third day of the second Adar, it says, the Tzemach Tzedek told a chassid who had mastered the entire Talmud and all the related works and had a profound grasp of Chassidus, and he said as follows: Kabbalah soul, which is the acceptance of the yoke of God, transforms one's being. When a simple servant serves out of this Kabbalah soul, out of this accepting of the yoke of God, you can see that he bears the yoke of service even when he sleeps. And it's saying here that when somebody really accepts God and is worshiping God from just the simple place of Kabbalah soul, even when he sleeps, it's how that chassid goes to sleep. He goes to sleep with a completely different attitude, and how he prepares to go to bed and goes to bed, that you can see even while he sleeps that this is a special chassid. And it continues, when a preeminent savant and a brilliant scholar acquires this sort of Kabbalah soul, even he can attain the height and the value of simple, can attain the height and value of the simple, sincere person who has Mesiras Nefesh, which is total devotion and self-sacrifice. So what it's saying here is that even the greatest scholar, that if he can channel this very basic Kabbalah all that a simple Jew has, if he's able to channel that, he can go even higher and higher on his own. It says that when the Baal Shem Tov had all these different scholars that would come to him for direction, and the Baal Shem Tov would send them out to go learn with the common folk, and they were confused. Why was this their mission? And the Baal Shem Tov says, we got it all backwards. We can learn from the simple folk. Just like when a person goes and gives tzedakah and gives charity to a poor person, the poor person actually has done more for the rich person than the rich person has done for that poor person. That poor person is now given this opportunity to this rich person to give tzedakah, to perform this, and it actually makes him feel good, that it actually, where this rich person came in to do a great task, he's actually getting more from the poor person. And the same thing when it comes from learning with the common folk. When the Baal Shem Tov would send these scholars to learn and teach with the simple folk, what it says here is that even though they had all this high intellectual knowledge and they were teaching them all this knowledge, but these scholars took from the simple people just basic faith in God, basic essence of the soul, that they were able to see how these Jews connected without even having all this knowledge, how they just worshiped God. And with that, the scholars, were able to see that, acknowledge it, learn from these simple folk, as it says here, and go to even higher and higher levels. And the reason why this is being brought up today, it's connecting to the building of the Mishkan. That in the Mishkan, they were the sockets. They were known as the Adanim. They were the bottom of the Mishkan. They were silver. However, from the Adanim, which is the foundation, which is the sockets, we learn about being humble. We learn about having humility, and this is the connection of the scholars learning from the common folk. So have a wonderful day. The idea here is that we can learn something from everybody. We're not picking on the scholars today, but the point is that us, common folk, you and I, and all those in our category, that our simple faith, our connection to God is so powerful that it could even help the scholars attain higher levels from them learning from us. Have a great and successful week, and we'll talk more tomorrow. Happy Adar.